Welcome. You have PrinnyCast.
Welcome to PrinnyCast Roundtable, a casual weekly show where we talk about what we've been up to and the various gaming-related stuff over the last week. We're your hosts. I'm Chris. This is Mike.
Hello.
And Grover was supposed to be moving this week, so I really didn't expect him to show, but then a bunch of drama happened, and he didn't get to move after all, and I'm not sure why he's not here, but we miss you, man. And Edna's with us, chatting down there with tech messages that you can read along with us.
Is that like down talking?
It probably is, actually.
Don't down talk me. That's sass right there.
Don't down chat.
Don't down chat. Next thing you know, we'll be inventing down texting.
Yeah, and we'll have people, doing NetSpeak even worse than they already do.
Oh, God.
I mean, there's people that do the LOLs already, but not a lot of people say, colon reverse parenthesis.
Jeez. Colon capital D.
So what have you been playing this week? It feels weird not doing the bundle stuff anymore. Just jumping right in there.
Pretty much the same stuff. I did get Injustice.
Oh, yes.
Injustice went on sale on Steam for $7.50 for the big collection. So I went ahead and got it. Reason I don't pay a lot for fighting games is because I don't really play them online.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much just play single player. Oh, it's because he's not good at fighting games. I'm really not. So people online are just more passionate about it than I am, so it's just not fun to get your tail kicked over and over and over and over again, so I just don't play. But the story mode for Injustice, I was actually surprised with. It was really, really good. Mm-hmm. It actually felt like a DC comic book in a video game / interactive movie form.
Yeah, that's twice now that NetherRealms has made a really good single-player mode, so...
Yeah, it is. And I don't know, whatever they're doing, they need to keep doing it. If they've tapped into some previously unknown talent within the company, keep at it, man, because it's good.
They've always tried to make big lore and big stories and stuff, but I don't know. It got a little out of hand in the middle 2000s for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it kind of collapsed under its own ridiculousness.
Not that it was ever not ridiculous, but still.
I don't think it was designed to not be ridiculous.
Well, the original was supposed to be a spoof.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of got a little more serious than it meant to. Still interesting. Jean-Claude Van Damme was supposed to be the original Johnny Cage, and then Van Damme got famous and it didn't happen. Yeah. True story, dude. Which is funny, because that's not the first time I've heard Van Damme was supposed to play somebody extremely famous and then didn't work out. He was supposed to be the original Predator.
Really?
But I think he actually played some scenes, but the suit was just too much out in the jungles. And they got a much, much bigger guy. He wasn't nearly as flexible and athletic, so they kind of did a change in the character. But anyway, that's what I've heard. I don't know if this is legit storytelling, but I'm pretty sure I've seen pictures. So anyway, off track. Anything else besides Injustice and maybe a little Terra and WoW? Or is that kind of usual suspects all over again?
Pretty much the usual. I
haven't mentioned Diablo 3 lately. Have you been not playing it so much?
I haven't been playing it. They even did that anniversary buff where you had a 100% buff to your legendary drop rate, and it didn't help at all for me. Without legendaries, I'm kind of at the top of the game, progressed as far as I can, and they're just so random, and you can't really farm for them like you can farm for gear in World of Warcraft. You just go fight this one boss, and if it doesn't drop it, oh well, wait until tomorrow. You can't do that in this game. Combat's fun, it's just really, really repetitious. That's the problem with the game. Sure, you can mix and match your skills, but it's not at all what they said it was going to be. So
you needed more customization.
Yeah. Well, I really did want to be able to Captain America my shield as a Crusader, and that is in the game, and I do use that skill. So I mean, that actually is what kept me in the game longer. Is this ability is so cool. Wapow, wapow with my shield, So I'll probably get back to it at some point, but it's just right now I haven't been in the mood for an ARPG. So, but what did you play this week?
Well, the usual Tynan, which is always getting to be a problem for Friday nights, especially every 2 weeks because they have these special events that go on, and you have to set up for another special event you're not actually supposed to set up for, but the entire server kind of comes together and intentionally weakens themselves for this big automatic arena thing, so that the smaller guys can get through it. So it's kind of really cool that they can come together and do that sort of thing, and the developers are always trying to find new ways of screwing it up for you, because I don't think they want the players to be able to do this, so it's always a nightmare. Then the usual congregate stuff, and not a lick of Grand Chase, since I mentioned it last week. I played it, I think, up until Sunday, and I haven't touched it since. Not that I wasn't enjoying it, but because there's just so much other stuff to be doing, and so many other games to be playing, it got pushed way down on the list. I haven't got back to Locust Cycle either. Need to beat that too. And I'm seriously considering getting into Wakfu that Pepper Cat's mentioned a couple of times now. Yeah, I've seen it streamed on Twitch, and it caught my interest even back then because it's a game that shouldn't lag too much because it's an RPG tactics game. It's like a simplified Disgaea with an MMO take on it. So you can team up with other players, you can arena battle with other players, and I don't know, it's got my attention. It's just one of those games that I know is a gigantic time sink because tactical RPGs are a time sink to begin with. You throw an MMO on top of that, that's scary.
Yeah, MMOs are pretty big.
So, yeah. But what's taken most of my game time, and actually way too much of my work time too, is that I've been digging a lot into RPG Maker VX Ace since I got it last week. And I kind of regret getting the full $12 version of that bundle now because that art program is not exactly as advertised. There's a few things that are just awesome to deal with because the auto-splitting the animations, that's amazing, but some of its layering and importing features are just not working for me the way I was hoping. So I end up using PaintNet, which is free, more than I'm using it. So that was the $6 I probably didn't need to pay for because off the point. Where I've got it now on my huge strides that I've been making on my Space RPG Opera thing. Space RPG Opera. That is not how that's pronounced. Space Opera RPG. There you go. But the engine's looking really nice right now. There's some conflicting scripts that I would love to add into it that puts a lot of pizzazz and extra goodies in there that I would like to see done, but if they're conflicting and I'm not quite intelligent enough to figure out how to fix them, and nobody else on the internet in the last apparently 2 or 3 years have figured out how to do it either, so I'm guessing that it's kind of a lost cause. But all in all, the rest of it is just coming along greatly. It looks nice anyway. So it's going to be mostly character setup and development and sounds and all that stuff, so we'll be digging in the main plot and the mini games and all that soon. Exciting stuff. And better than that I am so making a Shining Force / XCOM style tactics game somewhere either after all this or in the middle of all this. I just got to decide what to do, but I'm thinking, why not make a PrinnyCast one? Throw in a ton of other video game characters and just wail away on enemy armies with Prinny stuff. I don't know. I can't even picture a storyline out of it, so... But my brain's been all weird places about, okay, what can I do for some weird, stupid crossover of characters? There was even some ideas of, well, let's get all those old 80s cartoon characters, or let's just get random actors. Yeah, that would be stupid. But it has kept me insanely busy. Matter of fact, I think my Steam says I put like 80 hours on RPG Maker this week. That is not true because I've left it on while I'm doing other things, or even overnight at one point I forgot to turn it off. So that's not an accurate number, but yes, I've been putting a lot of time into it.
You do that to get the cards?
No.
I was really surprised that it does have cards.
Me too. When I got that first one, I thought, what?
Mm-hmm.
And I had no topic. Partly because I knew I was going to be talking about RPG Maker for a little bit, but and we are missing Grover. He would have padded things out a little bit. So anything particularly interesting before E3 or before the weekend or anything?
No. Just kind of looking forward to E3. I'm not expecting a lot of news from Nintendo since they're not going to be on their show floor, but I would still really like to see a Smash Brothers 3DS XL so I can finally get one.
Yeah, they're making a big deal over a early E3 shot. Somebody's taking pictures of inside the thing while they were setting up, and there was this one picture that said Mario Maker up above it. So I don't know if that's photoshopped something, so trying to get people excited about something that doesn't exist. For some reason, people out there enjoy trolling people like that. And that is the first click I have heard out of your microphone all night.
Or did they just do it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's not too bad, though. I'm liking that. But anyway, it sounds like this could be a legit thing that they're coming out with a make-your-own old-school Mario levels. But I don't think we're going to hear a lot of really big, exciting news, because unlike a lot of E3s, the last 2 years have been a lot of spoiling out on the internet. We're getting leaks and we're getting announcements, and so by the time E3 actually comes along, there's not a whole lot new. I mean...
the new Borderlands.
Is it a real Borderlands, or was that the adventure game one?
All I saw was a trailer. It looked like a real Borderlands game to me.
Oh, I might have skipped over that by accident, thinking it was the adventure one. Oh, well, teach me to cut corners. That's bad for a carpet man. Okay. So, follow us on Twitter at PrinnyCast, and you can contact us with email at gmail.com. Email at gmail. Contact us with email at PrinnyCast@gmail.com, and you can find the rest of our links down below. We'll see you all next week with all that E3 crap. And I'll play with the Grover back. And maybe we'll get Peppercat on here eventually.
See you next time.